Can you partially insulate a building? So we're often asked, can you partially insulate a building?
I get that a lot, actually, a lot.
And I suppose the immediate answer is yes, you could partially insulate a building, but with some hesitancy over how effective that might be and also its resilience in the long term. I think we tend to take the approach that you could take a slightly staggered approach to the journey of ending up with a fully insulated building.
Yeah.
But there are some limiting factors in the meantime.
Well, time frame being one of them as well.
Yeah.
Some people sort of think that you can do a little bit and then 5 years down the line you can do a bit more. But the issue with partially insulating obviously is that you begin to warm up the air inside. The air holds more moisture. The surfaces that are still remaining to be cold actually have an increased moisture burden, so they're getting more moisture on them. And you begin to increase the risk of getting mould growth on those surfaces, which actually ultimately worsens the air quality inside the building. So that's why I generally say to people, yes, over a relatively short time frame, 2 or 3 years or something, if it needs to be that long, you can partially insulate a building, but certainly in the long term, you really do want to be insulating the whole thing.
Yeah, so there's two things really. There's firstly, heat takes the path of least resistance. So if you're partially insulating, you might locally improve the condition of a room, but in terms of the total energy efficiency of the house, you still have a significant amount of heat loss.
Yeah.
Then the second thing is the moisture risk, where the insulation terminates. You have this junction between the higher surface temperature insulated component and the uninsulated component, where you increase the risks that you.
And we see that when we're modelling in Flixo, don't we? In thermal bridge software, you can see quite clearly that the perimeter of the insulation where it meets the wall is the point of highest risk.
And I mean, there's some intermediate strategies that you might take in terms of how you heat and ventilate the space in the sort of intermediate periods of doing a sort of step-by-step retrofit. But ultimately, what you want to aim for a high performance, comfortable, low risk house building in the long run is full insulation of the exterior.
Yeah, and
fabric.
even if it's a small amount everywhere, a small amount everywhere is much better than a lot in some places and nothing in others. So.
Yeah, 40 mil of extremely well installed insulation is likely to perform much better than 100 mil of poorly installed and discontinuous insulation.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent.
Very good.